Hello everyone, so welcome to our learning channel. This is Ratu from Indonesia and also my friend Purwo from Indonesia and Lwin from Myanmar. And today we will discuss about symbolic interactionism. The symbolic interactionism is the micro level of the theory that focus on the relationship among individuals within the society. In this theory, show the communication that changes the meaning through the languages as the symbol is believed to be the way in which people make sense in the social life. In this section, we will discuss about the concept of the symbolic interactionism theory and its application to our social life. So now, let's focus on the materials that will be explained by my friends Purwo and Lwin. So check this out.
In this session, I will explain about the histories and thinkers of the symbolic interaction theory, and my friends Ratu will explain about the concepts of the symbolic interaction theory. Let's start with the histories and thinkers behind the theory. Firstly, in 18th century, the Scottish philosophers they evaluate their own conduct by comparing themselves. And then in 19th century, American psychologists, the names of my American psychologists is the William James and the educators John Dewey, who analyzed how people use symbols to understand their experience. In 1920, at the University of Chicago, George Herbert Mead brought this perspective to sociology by this work. However, Mead didn't publish his idea. After Mead died in 1931, his student Herbert Blumer published his idea, and Herbert Blumer coined the symbolic interactionism. In the development of the symbolic interactionism, Mead, Cooley, William Thomas, and Arvid Goffman are the pioneers of the symbolic interactionism. I would like to move to the important thinker, who is the George Herbert Mead. He was the American sociologist, philosopher, and also the psychologist. He taught in philosophy department at the University of Chicago. He is the pioneers of the symbolic interaction theory, and also he is one of the founders of the social psychology. His main concept is the mind, self, and society. The second thinker who is also important in the symbolic interaction theory is the Herbert Blumer. Herbert Blumer was an American sociologist, and his main scholarly interest is the symbolic interactionism and methods of the social research. He contributed three main principles in the symbolic interaction theory, which are the meaning, language, and thinking. And also from the three principles, the simple three premises come out. The first one is the human act towards people or things on the basis of meanings they assign to those meanings or things. The second one is the interaction. People always interact by using the language. And the third one is the thinking process of the human, mostly an individual's interpretations of the symbol. The third person is the Collier. He's also the symbolic interactionist theorist. And he proposed that some extent individuals see themselves as they did others see them. His main ideal is the looking glass self. Now, within the contemporary symbolic interactionism, this process is called the reflective appraisal. Another thinker who has also participated in the symbolic interaction theory is the William Thomas. Thomas was an American sociologist, and today he is also known as the key figure behind the theories of symbolic interactionism. His main ideals is the subjective force of the consciousness. This rely heavily on the attitudes and the definition to account for the social action. The last thinker is the avant-garde man. He's also the sociologist. He always views society through the symbolic interaction perspective. He's very interested in the meanings of the social action. And the main ideas of Alvin Kaufman is the presentations of self, a person's effort to create makings and role making, which is the key mechanisms of the interaction. Yeah, that's all my presentation. And I would like to invite to Mr. Purwo to explain about the concepts of symbolic interaction theory.
So this is about the symbolic interaction concept. If we discuss about the symbolic interactionism, we have two words. The first one about the symbolic, the second one about the interaction. The symbolic, it's defined representative for object, figure, and etc. So the symbolic, it can be abstract or real things. So in the interaction can be defined the communication or relationship between two or more people. So we can define the concept is relationship among the individual within a society. This is for the example, the people can be different view from the other people. For example, if the people see by the mom or their parent, it like to be angel. But if the people see by girlfriend, it sees like devil. I think this is the different view from the other people. I think it can be defined the concept from this picture. So this is the other symbolic. If in Indonesia, if we see the symbol, we can define the symbol is the symbol from family planning in Indonesia. This is for example, this is the two. It means two children enough. So this is a symbol from the family planning in Indonesia. So this is the concept from Bloomer, how the symbolic interactionism can be occur in the population. For the first one, the human develop their attitudes toward things according to the meaning that things propose to them. The second one, the meaning are inferred from the interaction of one of them from its addresses. The third one, this meaning change within an interpretive process. I can define. I can also explain from this figure. In the society, many symbol from the symbol have many meanings. So the people can develop their views from the symbol. So from if the people have developed of their views, it can be communicate with each other. So the communication with each other, it's occur in society. So this how the symbolic interactionism can be formed in the society. I will mention about the one example about the symbolic interactionism in society. For example, it's stigma. Why I mentioned the stigma? Because the stigma it's so interesting in the society. In the next video, Mbak Ratu will explain more about the stigma. So I will explain the little bit about the stigma. Stigma is when someone sees you in a negative way because of the particular characteristic or attribute. This is the figure. We can see if the people have a negative stigma, she can have a different view in the society. Okay, please, Mbak Ratu, can explain more about the stigma.
So after you listen to the concept of the theory from Purwo and Lwin, we will give you the example of the symbolic interactionism application in our social life. Mbak Linda, kalau saya boleh tahu Mbak, pertama kali Mbak Linda tahu Mbak Linda kena pot berapa ya?
2016. Satu karena apa? Teman anak ijazah. Satu karena faktor ekonomi. Kedua karena udah kecewa lah sama mantan. Jadinya ya udahlah sekalian aja. Kalau umur kalau 20-an masih kurang kayaknya. Ya paling cuman 5 atau 6 gitu, ya sekitar 80 sampai 100-an gitu.
80 sampai 100.
Ya paling nggak banyak sih, cuma 150.
150 ya.
Kayak guru, maksudnya ya kayak pekerja juga ada, terus yang kayak apa? Kayak mahasiswa gitu.
Oh, mahasiswa juga ada.
Anak-anak sekolah juga ada, tapi anak-anak sekolah tapi yang dia udah SMA gitu.
Ya,
kalau yang masih SMP gitu aku
enggak ya.
Katanya di sana kan ada peraturannya kan nggak boleh terima pelanggan di bawah umur.
Oke.
Kalau dari teman sama tenaga kesehatan kayaknya nggak ada ikutan, maksudnya nggak ada stigma. Cuman kalau di lingkungan, maksudnya kayak di lingkungan kos-kosan aku gitu ya, ya ada yang fanatik, ada yang enggak gitu.
Oke.
Kalau yang fanatik ya dia misalkan saya tegur pun nggak mau jawab karena kan dia tahu pekerjaan saya seperti itu kan. Kalau dulu masih ngirim, tapi kan kalau sekarang udah tahu kerjaan kayak gitu kan dia nggak mau nerima ya. Jadi pas ngirim itu dibalikin lagi uangnya. Kalau yang datang ada, tapi kan karena situasinya lagi COVID ini kan juga agak berkurang, paling ya kurang banyak lah yang tadinya bisa dalam semalam tuh bisa dapat 5, sekarang kan agak berkurang, jadi ya satu-satunya jalan ya cuma lewat ini online gitu kan. Kalau misalkan ada yang minta tolong jagain anaknya, ngomong gitu loh mbak, sama nyetrika atau apa gitu.
After we listen to the interview between me and the Linda as the female sex worker before, so I want to correlate the concept of the symbolic interactionism between the application on our social life as the example for the Linda story. For the previous one, the Khaing already mentioned about the three concepts of the theory in terms of meaning, language, and also thinking. So now we try to correlate which one is the meaning in the Linda's experience of her social life, and then which one is the language, and also what kind of the thinking that relate to the female sex worker setting. For the first one, it's about the meaning. So yeah, our society mostly that we give the negative perspective, or we labeling a female sex worker with a bad or negative meaning. When we heard the term of a female sex worker, so in our mind that meaning, the meaning of the female sex worker that are related to the dirty or bad or naughty women. And also in Indonesia, we give the term for the female sex worker as the kupu-kupu malam, or in English is like a butterfly in the night. sensation, something like that. So it's kind of the labeling that our society give to the female sex worker, and its situation, it will be develop the stigma and discrimination. um, as the female sex worker that I interviewed already mentioned that she experienced with the stigma and also discrimination from their friends and also their family, even their family, when they know that Linda worked as the female sex worker, so they do not want to receive and they do not want to receive the money from Linda because they think that that the money earned by Linda, it's haram, or it's forbidden to receive money from this kind of job. And then for the languages, that the female sex worker also have an experience that she faced the rude words from from her clients. I think in the her connection, or Linda and their clients connection, there is a language that that show how they will to behave, and then how they will to do the sexual transaction, something like that. And when Linda said to me that Linda said that I often get the rude words from my client. For example, that I paid you already, so I can do anything for you. It means that Linda feels that, oh, I'm so I'm so a dirty woman, that a man can do anything for me with their money, something like that. And another one that many men also say to her that actually, as a female sex worker, you have to serve whatever I want because I paid you already. Yeah. And another one, it's related to the thinking. When we heard the term of female sex worker, the mind that we thought about female sex worker, it's also related to the a women that who wear tight clothes, and then they work in the localization, and also see faced with the drinking, and then they have like a unsteady partner, something like that. So our society have the thought as a female sex worker as like that. So I think it will be clear that the symbolic interactionisms put in our social life. Okay, thank you. And we hope that our materials today give you more understanding on the theory and its application in our daily life. Thank you and see you. Bye.